I'm trying to stall. I'm trying to find a thing. Where's the thing? How do I stall?
All the answers you need to know. Watch now, the Internet Dad Show. Subscribe quick, join in the fun. Deep State's Grid Monster on the run.
What's wrong, Deacon? I thought I can handle this. I can get this started. I can get over to Facebook and make it live, and I can do this. I don't know how to do.
What are you struggling with this morning, buddy?
Yeah. All right. Hey, I was kind of ready to go like 20 minutes ago.
What are you struggling with this morning? What's going on?
I got it. We're not broadcasting on Facebook. Almost at the middle of the show, beginning of the show. Good morning, everybody. This is the Internet Dad Show. I'm Jason. That's Deacon, and Dave's not here. And I think Dave's gone until Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, I don't remember what day he said he was gonna. He's a busy guy.
Well,
he does about 50 things.
Today's Wednesday, and we're gonna have a wit, and which I just learned that word this morning. I think it's a great word. So
I don't know what that word. What is this? Gen Alpha phrase?
No, that's not. You can't give words to those young. Absolute
make up crap. And
yeah.
So what was that phrase you said again?
A wit.
A wit.
A wit. Yeah. Yeah. Like you're being witty, but it's a wit. Yeah. It's hold on. I threw the definition away, but I'm gonna grab it for you. It is a lighthearted conversation. And I thought we could do a lighthearted conversation on Wednesday, and we could talk about space dwarfs.
I think that word is totally bogus and not gnarly at all, dude. Brah.
It's radical that you think that.
There was a video. I know you're going to talk about some star stuff, but we got on this, and I got to show you this video. Dad shows daughter. Let me see if I can find the. This might be it. There's a dad and a daughter. Yeah, I think this is it.
All right.
There's a dad and a daughter, and he is like our age, and his daughter is in her teens, and he tells her stuff about what we grew up with and stuff, and gets her reaction. They have a little podcast and whatnot. David C. Smalley. This is Instagram, so I don't know how much. Make me moderator. I don't know how much I can enlarge this, if I can enlarge it at all. But since we're talking about slang and stuff like that, oh crap!
Oh no, that's wrong. That's very wrong.
I hit the wrong button. That's the one beside it.
Come here, honey. Let me get that kid.
We went down to Hobbiton.
I'm literally on my tippy toes. What's up?
and you're in shoes on the mat. Look here, let me get off the mat. Is that better?
See, that's a little more realistic.
What happens when you get?
Oh, see,
video evidence of domestic abuse.
Contact.
All right.
I'm gonna let me unmute it and refresh it.
Do you know who Pauly Shore is? This is gonna break my heart.
Comedy?
I've met Pauly. Yeah.
I think that's the only reason why is because you met him. I don't know who he is.
Just wait.
So we've only met
He
said.
Did you just assume Pauly's pronouns?
Okay.
Pauly Shore is a fucking legend. I've only met him a couple times. He probably knows who I am. If he saw me, he says what's up.
Okay.
We don't chat. We don't text. We're not buddies. Buddy. I want to just play this one time to see if you know what's going on.
Mr. Morgan, if you're edge because I'm wheezing on your grind, it's just chill. Because if I had the whole Brady Bunch thing happen at my pad, I'd go grind over there. So don't tax my gig so hardcore, Cruster.
What did he say?
sounded drunk. I would have been like, you need to go to bed. You need some water and you need to go to bed.
That's so good. You need some water. You need to go to bed.
That's what I'd be at dinner and be like, wow.
If you're edge because I'm wheezing on your grind, it's just chill. Because if I had the whole Brady Bunch thing happen at my pad, I'd go grind over there. So don't tax my gig so hardcore, Cruster.
Can you
Brady-
Can you understand what he said there, JJ?
Yeah. Don't tax my gig so hard, Custer. Yeah, like stop busting my balls.
Yeah, if I had the Brady Bunch thing going on in my house, I would go chill over there.
Right.
That's self-explanatory.
Of course. Wow. That's pretty funny.
That's a funny little channel between those two. David C. Smalley.
The look on her face when he asked, you know who Pauly Shore is? She was just like, am I supposed to? Why would I know that? And I am like, Pauly Shore is an ingrained character in our childhoods from MTV like
Pee Wee Herman
videos, because he started off as a VJ. I know you know, but he started off as a VJ on MTV and parlayed that into some movies, Biodome and what was what's the one? Was he in the one with Brendan Fraser and Encino Man? Was he in Encino Man?
Yeah, he was in Encino Man, Biodome. There was
in the Army Now.
In the Army Now. What was the farm movie? Where that's from? That clip.
That's the farm movie. It's been a long time.
It wasn't Down on the Farm, Back to the Farm. No, I don't remember it. It'll come to me here in a minute.
And you know, Pauly Shore's mom was famously the owner of this place where like every comic legend like got their start.
Major comedy club.
The Comedy Store. It's called the Comedy Store.
Yeah, the Comedy Store.
She owned that. I think she died a couple years ago. Hey, put me that hat. Oh, you want the hat? Yeah, just for a second. Okay. No, I don't take it. I didn't do anything with the bags of money. I just want to show you this hat for a second. Okay, take the hat. You can have it.
I like that.
I'm going to tell you a story about that hat, but she's taking it, so I can't show it while I'm telling the story. Anyway,
does Pauly own the Comedy Store now? So Pauly grew up around these comedians as a kid.
Right. Yeah,
He had connections and stuff, but he grew up with around all that stuff.
Does he own the Comedy Store? He does not own the Comedy Store, but his family has owned the business for many years. So it was Mitzi Shore, but Mitzi ran the store until she died in 2018. Wow, she died in 2018. I remember this.
Wow.
It wouldn't have been mainstream news, but if you kind of like track comedians, you know, if you track Joe Rogan, Rogan tracks comedians,
all the comedians,
and definitely Pauly. So, according to Mitzi Shore's will, Pauly was left in charge as the manager of the Comedy Store in Los Angeles. So, but I guess the family owns it, maybe in a trust or an LLC. So he doesn't personally own it. Anyway, Pauly Shore. Wow. So I wanted to talk about that hat. You saw that hat? Oh, okay.
No, I was looking at Pauly Shore like 2025. What he looks like today. Gosh, he does look like Richard Simmons, don't he?
Nah, I don't see it. I mean, honestly, he looks like, frankly, more handsome in that picture than he did ever on screen. On the right.
I don't know what it is. I'm trying to look at it, and you can do this too. Look at it from an artist's perspective. If you were trying to draw these two people, their noses are not similar.
No, that's the thing.
Their smiles are not similar. Their facial structure is similar, because I think his hair is covering it up. So their bone structure is similar, but their eyes are placed differently. Their eyes are slanted differently. They've got different eyebrows, but there's something that they, to me, they kind of do look like each other. I don't know what it is though.
Now go to that next photo to the right.
Which one?
No, like that one. What's going on there? Pauly, my dude.
This is what they pulled up for the whatever SeatGeek ticket website.
Oh wow!
Fans love SeatGeek. All right, what was you saying? Your hat? That's a sweet hat. All right,
I want to tell you about the hat. So So my wife bought me that hat because we all took the kids to it's called Splashtown, but it's like Hurricane Harbor, or it's a water park.
Yeah.
And we bought passes for the summer because in the summer we all go to the water park. We go and I'm walking around, and I look, I'm not bald. I got hair, but I keep my hair cropped short. So when I was walking around, I was like, man, I'm literally feel the sun burning the top of my head. So I was like, give me a floppy hat or something so that I can not burn my hat. So then she buys the floppy hat. You saw the floppy hat. And then last week, like Saturday morning, I'm out mowing the yard, and I'm working on this long-term plan to like make my grass better. This is what happens when you get middle-aged. You're like, I got to get my yard one kind of grass. Anyway, it's not really working too well.
No, that's so funny that you say that, because I do that same thing when I'm mowing the yard. I'm sitting there thinking, 1, 2, this is like the seventh type of grass over in this part of the yard now.
And there's this one part that I'm like, I like this grass. I want this grass to grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this other grass, it just won't go away. And then there's the weeds, and I try to kill the weeds, and the weeds are like, you.
My thick carpet grass only grows on one side of this little hill that goes down, and I wish it would cover the whole yard. Man. I actually have a plant identification app here, Plant In app, that I will go around and take pictures of the grass and the trees and the stuff in my yard, and I save them on this app so that I know what it is. I know it. I'm like, what kind of grass is that? I know what crabgrass and fescue and blue. We don't have bluegrass in Western Kentucky.
We have Augustine grasses up here, so I don't know what you guys have in your area. Anyway, so I was out there mowing, and my wife brings me the hat, put it on my head. I'm like, hey, that's better. That's better because now the top of my head's not being beat on by the sun while I'm mowing at 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it was. And then and this is an important part of it. Every time I go mow the lawn, my wife makes me put on this UV shirt so that I won't get sunburned, because my skin hates the sun.
You're a pasty one.
My skin, like I break out into like hives and stuff.
Yeah.
So she'll do that, or she'll spray me with suntan lotion. Or sunscreen, or anyway, put the hat on. I'm like, this is great. I got some shade on my head. I'm going to do my work. So I'm doing my work. And then an hour later and 90 minutes later, whatever, I'm done. I'm putting everything up. I put the hat up. And the next day, the only thing that was burned was the tip of my...
You look like Rudolph.
The tip of my nose. And you can see the blister. It's
not as noticeable today, but on
it was
Monday,
real bad the other day. It was because it was like a little. So the hat worked, except my nose, I guess, stuck out, or the shade. I don't know.
So you need to sew a little point onto the end of that.
I need to make it more like a Robin Hood hat, where it's got like a
and if
stern.
you did that, you could go around talking like this all day long and see how long it would take before Cassandra would get pissed off at you.
Yeah. So that's my story about the hat. So I'm blaming the spot on my nose on the hat. On my wife, really.
You can see it in the, your makeup guy was really good before the show, because honestly, the way you're holding your head, you can't see it at all. I can't see it at all.
Is the light like glowing out,
perfectly glowing on it? You can't see it at all. It's like glowing it out. Yeah.
Here's a secret. There's no light in here. I'm just radiating. I'm just luminous. All right. Oh, Deke's on the phone. Good morning, folks. I don't know who's here today, but good morning. Welcome. We meet Monday through Friday. We try to meet at 8 o'clock. We started on time today, which is like pretty amazing. And we talk about stuff that's happening in the world. And what happened to my other story? Oh, that's a different one. I got a couple of interesting stories here. I mean, I got to pull the one up I posted in our Discord server, which you can join for free. But I mean, look, I wouldn't if I was you. I would be like, I'm not joining that. Don't do it.
Oh, no, we're nice. And there's cool stuff. And Brian's our producer, and he posts all kinds of cool stuff in there.
To check what he has.
Man, all right, we've just been busy. We haven't been posting memes.
You're off
some good stuff.
You're off the phone. Let's talk about space dwarves.
Sweet space dwarves. That sounds like a sweet D&D mission.
What does that make you like? What's your like response to space dwarves? Or
Space dwarves
Did you cheat?
sound? No, I haven't cheated.
Okay.
Space dwarves sounds like a race of creatures that mine asteroids.
Okay.
You know,
Oh, hey, actually, that's not a bad idea.
yeah, they would.
Although it's
they
a little
would-
tropey, right? It
Yeah,
kinda
yeah,
leans
it's
into the trope a little
absolutely
bit.
cliched, but they would. That's the first thing came to my mind. A smaller race of stout, sturdy
Uh-huh.
humanoids that have an ingrained sense in locating this stuff, and they are super, super wealthy because they have cornered the market in mining.
Okay,
this
so
stuff from space.
instead of like searching for gold, though,
This is fun. I
that
like
might be
this
searching
show.
for rare earth minerals or rare minerals in space, like that you would need, like helium-3. So space dwarves, they might sound pitchy. Instead of really,
It's space dwarves.
all right. That is a good guess.
Well, how
did I do that? Yeah. You gotta talk not through your nose. You gotta talk through the back of your cranium.
Yeah, the back of your cranium.
This is my duck voice.
Yeah, that's the duck voice.
It's hard. It's hard to do anymore that I've gotten older.
Space dwarves. Well, here's the story. If you weren't gonna be disappointed before, get ready. Possible new dwarf planet spotted near the edge of the solar system. Once again, NASA and the space scientists are teasing us with like another planet. But then they're going to be like, nah, it's not really a planet. It's basically just a big rock. Doesn't really count. Researchers said 20170F21 was identified in observations by telescopes in Chile and Hawaii spanning 7 years. Scientists spent 7 years aiming super expensive equipment at a rock in space before deciding it was there.
Yeah, I'm completely fine with that.
I don't mind them doing that. They spent. It took them 7 years.
We didn't know. We assumed that there was another planet past Neptune.
Right.
Or maybe it was Neptune. And the only reason we assumed that before we actually knew that planet was there was because of the wobble of some of those other planets. Of like Jupiter, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. I think it was maybe the wobble of Saturn indicated that there had to be another celestial object out there. And then they aimed a telescope at somewhere for a long, long time, and they were like, "Oh my God, there's a planet." I'm okay with that. A lot, and you've pointed this out many times when we've talked about this stuff because I like this kind of stuff. But and you have to point this out to the average person that doesn't get into this astronomy type stuff. When they say we've located a planet X amount of whatever's away, then that means that we didn't see it. We are taking mathematical. A lot of math into consideration and being like, well, this does this and this does this and this equals this and this equals this. So that therefore we assume, but now that we've got like these telescopes that are flying through space willy-nilly now, we're actually locating some stuff. But there's some things that we're just assuming are there because of the way
I'm giving Grok an assignment while we cover this story. Okay.
There is a past Pluto out on the edge of our solar system is a giant, a lot of debris of something. And
past
out there,
Pluto. Oh yeah. Well, they have this orbital kind of like, is it it's not the Kuiper belt. Is it the Kuiper belt? No, it's a cloud. It's the
Oort cloud.
Oort cloud. Yeah.
I start getting Star Wars stuff mixed in with real life stuff sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
And in that is
Space Dwarf.
In that is that Umau thing that is so enormous and moves really weird And some conspiracy people say that it might be a giant that it could have gravity on the inside, by the way. It's like Imau. I can't remember. Umoe. I don't remember. I'll look
All
it
right,
up.
so what's more annoying
was past that cloud. They think because of these readings and stuff like you're talking about here, they think there's something even more massive than our black hole.
Okay.
That's out there.
All right.
So they think there's something massive, or not our black hole, our sun. I mean, our sun is out past that something. They just don't know what it is.
Something bigger.
Not a star, but something that is massive, that's past the Oort cloud at the edge of our solar system that we don't know about, that we can't.
What is it doing to us? You know what? I would be happy if you looked that up so that we could like learn some facts of this claim. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You don't have to do it right now, but like, okay. So I just want to tell, scientists have identified an object that is 435 miles wide. So it's, cosmically speaking, it's minuscule. In fact, even compared to the moon, it would be like minuscule, but it's a big rock. Inhabiting the frigid outer reaches of our solar system that might qualify as a dwarf planet. The researchers call it one of the most distant visible objects in our solar system, and said its existence indicates that a vast expanse of space beyond the outermost planet Neptune and a region called the Kuiper Belt. So it was the Kuiper Belt. So I don't know what the Oort cloud is. That has a bunch of ice blocks in it. Okay, so I was going to ask you this question a second ago. You were saying some object called like Unumananu Manamunu or whatever.
The Oort cloud is the one that's on the edge of the solar system.
Right. Yeah. Oh, so the Kuiper Belt is just outside of like Neptune and stuff.
They're both like around each other.
So this object's name is 20170F201. So what is more annoying? An obvious like classification name like that, or an unpronounceable word from a Hawaiian, cousin of a second king of a third something, Umananamanu?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. No, forget that word that I said that word. Forget that word. That's not what I'm talking about. That was an ancillary thing that I said that I shouldn't have, that was completely off topic. That's not what I'm talking about at all. That's a completely different object.
Okay.
Something completely different. So erase that word.
Yes, got it. Deleted.
Yeah.
No,
I'm talking about,
I'm gonna pretend my wife said it, and then
what I'm talking about is some people, it gets confused with the conspiracy theory of the Planet 9 or Planet X or whatever, that a lot of people say that there could be another planet that has such a weird orbit around the sun that we, in our monitoring our solar system, we've never, and maybe that will explain certain things in our history. Maybe it had a collision at one time with another object of some sort that knocked it off. And that's why every September we go through this freaking debris field that has, we have all this debris that comes down every single September, because we go through maybe something that happened so long ago. So but what I was talking about is there was like, these scientists had readings that didn't make sense past our solar system, and the only thing that did make the readings make sense was that there was a massive object that had a gravitational pull that was like 10 times the size of our sun or something like that. They were like, if that object was out there, then it would make all of this stuff that we're finding make sense. But I can't find that article because I keep coming up with Planet X.
So basically, their calculations for what they expect things to do doesn't work, doesn't model reality. And so then
they start postulating on what could it be.
What would fix this so that the models would work. And that's what they,
And that's how, that's how they've come up with it for years. and we have dismissed millions of things, but we've discovered, thousands of things, but we've dismissed millions of things.
I think it's interesting. All the time. All right, so we have a new space dwarf planet. It might qualify. It might be too small to qualify as a dwarf planet. It could be up to 50 times smaller than Pluto, and they did Pluto dirty.
Yeah, man, Pluto was done dirty.
I think so.
How much bigger is Earth than Pluto? The Earth is Pluto is about 1/5 the width of Earth. The Earth's diameter is around 8,000 miles, and it's only about 1,500 miles. Earth is roughly 5 times bigger. Yeah.
Significantly smaller. When the diameter is 1/8, that means the total volume is like way, way, way smaller.
How much bigger is the moon than Pluto? The moon is about 2/3 bigger than Pluto. Pluto's smaller than our moon.
Yeah.
Once you get into, I don't even want to get into this topic, but once you get into the topic of talking about the moon, oh my God, dude, the moon is weird. That's the only thing I got to say is the moon is weird. Once you go down the moon rabbit hole, you're just like, whoa, that's weird. Do you know there's an object that's coming through between the Earth and moon? A near Earth object.
That's really? Through the end of the world as we know it.
I thought like Dave posted it or something. But there is one coming up. I'll look for it, and maybe it'll be a topic for tomorrow.
So I have some bad news on that note, sir.
Yeah.
The latest simulations reveal that there is a chance that the Milky Way galaxy will collide with the Andromeda galaxy.
I've seen that.
Relatively soon.
I've watched the whole thing on that. Yeah, it's soon. It's just like, I don't remember how long, but it's soon.
Rather than certain destruction, they say our galaxy has a 50-50 chance of avoiding a merger with Andromeda. So the large Magellanic Cloud's gravitational pull could pull the Milky Way away from Andromeda's path, maybe saving us from being mixed up with those Andromedians, andros, those androgynous folks. You don't want to get mixed up with those.
Andros. Wasn't that a word for like 6 months in the 90s or something?
Was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a 2% chance that our galaxies could hook up in the next 5 billion years. 5 billion.
Interesting.
With numbers like that, it's almost like, did we pay for this? Is this a taxpayer-funded study? Is this a cause for concern?
I like this kind of stuff.
All right. That didn't have as much legs as I thought it would.
All right, I've got a couple here that Dave posted I want to share for you.
Sure.
Have you ever played, we're going to talk sports here, JJ. Have you ever played disc golf?
Oh, yeah. I got a disc golf set.
Yeah. I love disc golf. I've played it for 10, 15 years.
I have it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't played in 10 years.
I haven't played in like 3 years, 4 years, probably longer than that. But I was just in the garage in the building the other day and I saw my discs sitting over there. I'm like, oh man, I need to go play disc golf. So a disc golfer was recently playing in Myrtle Beach. All right. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's in South Carolina. And it's over on the Atlantic Ocean, right?
Okay.
It's right near the Atlantic Ocean. Myrtle Beach is right on the ocean. So this good old boy is out disc golfing, Jonathan Marlowe. We call him Mar. On the disc golf course, we see him. We call him Mar. What's up, Mar? So Mar was out there, and he was on hole 11. Nice day. Been doing pretty good. Had a couple bogeys. Had a couple pars. He's doing pretty good. One birdie. Not too bad. I'm making all this shit up.
Yeah, you are. Are you vamping to find your story?
No, I'm just telling the story, dude.
Okay, all right.
So all of a sudden, his buddy's like, Mar, look up there. Look at that bird. And they look up, and there's an osprey You know, big, majestic bird. If you've never seen an osprey, they're huge, majestic
I've never
birds.
seen an osprey
They're,
in
they're,
person.
they're as big as eagles. They're huge birds. And in the talons of the osprey is clearly a fish.
Oh, wow.
It's like, oh, look at that. So they stop playing disc golf and they look up and they're like, man, how great of a view, how great of a shot is this? And then all of a sudden, 2 crows come into the frame.
Uh-oh.
And they start harassing the osprey because the osprey's carrying, you know, is an Uber
Dinner.
driver.
It has dinner.
He's a DoorDash. He's got dinner. So the osprey they start fussing, and all of a sudden, the osprey drops the fish, and the fish lands very close to the boys. And that fish was not just a normal fish, JJ.
Uh-oh.
That landed. That fish, here's a picture of Mar and the fish that landed on the disc golf course. A tiny hammerhead shark.
That's
dude.
a shark.
It's a tiny hammerhead shark that it had gotten.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Can you imagine the
basically what
thoughts of that shark? It's snatched out of the water and it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. This thing's gonna eat me. And then the other birds show up and it's like, oh my God, I have a chance. And then the osprey loses it. It's like, I'm free. I can fall back in the water. Oh shit, what is this hard shit?
It's like that's exactly the scene in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In this ancillary story about the whale and the plant. That's this exact scene, because the whale is like, I'm free. What is this? This is a world. This is what is that quickly approaching me? I don't know what that is. Maybe I'll introduce myself to it. Hi, splat.
Oh, poor
I
shark.
felt sorry for the osprey because when I was like, man, you know, he was like hungry and he was
and you know how hard it is to catch a shark?
Yeah,
all of my boys would have been like, that is the story of the year.
Yeah, you know, all of his osprey homies were gonna be like, dude, what a catch.
And now it's just bullshit.
And now,
he's like, I had a
story.
shark for real in my hands.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Yeah, some crows.
Sure, you got harassed by some crows. Some little crows came and took away your shark. Whatever.
Won't you stay away from us for a while?
Whatever.
This whole scenario has ruined that osprey society's.
It's just bummed. I don't even want to go fishing anymore.
I don't even want to go anymore. I'm not even hungry anymore.
I don't want to go.
All right. I got another one since we're talking about sports ball.
Okay.
Are you a runner, JJ?
No, that makes me sweat and hurts my knees.
I only run when people are chasing me.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that like to run, and they are quick.
Crazy people. My sister-in-law runs 100 miles a weekend or more. Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy. Not that she's crazy. That's not what I said. I wouldn't do that. I don't know. But she's into running, like really. Cool. They call it ultra marathon or something like that. And they just run for hundreds of miles.
I do that. The ultra marathon. I'm on season 9 of Stargate SG-1. And I like consider that an ultra marathon. I have watched.
How many seasons are there? How many seasons are there
like
of
10
SG-1?
or 11.
So you're almost at the end.
Yeah, I'm almost at the end.
So you're like, as you must have. I can't remember all the characters' names.
O'Neill is general.
Is gone. Oh, he's general.
Oh,
now.
he's general now, and
Teal'c. How's Teal'c doing?
Teal'c is. We're currently our current battle is the Anubis's. No, it's not Anubis. It's Baal's androids that adapts to everything.
Right.
The non-killing android.
Oh, what about the little spider robots? You take care of those?
Nah, we're kind of
replicators.
The replicators. The human replicator dude kidnapped Sam and did all that mess. So yeah. We can talk about this later.
Did they do discount Borg on SG-1? Is that what they did?
Basically, it's a discount. It's the Borg idea differently.
I want you to get to Stargate Universe because I want you to affirm my opinion that that's the best Stargate, but I don't know that you will.
Well, All right, back to running. Yeah, I was
Running.
wanted to share this story with you about this high school track star. So back in, let me scroll down. Back in 2004. Okay, this guy right here is a fast dude. All right, that guy right there is.
Sure.
I know it's the New York Post. That is Maurice
Wow.
Green.
He's so
And
fast you can't even see his feet at all.
Well, this is what this whole story is about. I'm glad you said that, JJ. This is what this whole story is about. This picture is right after he won. This was how he celebrated when he won the Olympics. Let's see, he took home gold in the U.S. in the 100 meter and 4x100 meter relay in the 2000 Sydney Olympics. Okay. And his celebration was he had teammates spray his feet with fire extinguishers because he's a fast dude, right?
Right. Gotcha.
Isn't that cool?
That's a gag right there.
That was a thing that he did. All right. So enter this young woman. She's a very fast young woman. That is her father. He's a fast guy too. He is a coach. She recently won the California State Championship gold medal, 400 meters.
All right.
And when she won, she ran over to her father here.
Yeah.
And you'll see in his hand is a fire extinguisher.
Right.
This was not directly after the race. This was after all the runners had moved away. She was in another area of the track with no one around.
Yeah.
She grabbed this little fire extinguisher, sprayed it on her feet, did this thing. The crowd goes nuts.
Sure.
You know,
Spectacle.
The announcers go nuts. Everybody loves it. It's great. Well, not everybody loves it.
No.
The judges or the officials just completely disqualified her and took away her state gold medal championship because of that. And there's really loose rules. She was disqualified. She's got all these people, even the Olympic guy, Maurice Green's like, come on, dude, y'all need to reconsider these rules.
That's not cool.
But
I mean,
let's
sticklers.
see.
There's sticklers for rules. And you know what? That's
I'm going to
the
read
kind of
the
stuff
rules
that
to you. Let me find
petty, small-minded, power-hungry bureaucrats, they grab the rules and they're like, this is my chance to just show you. I can't run 400 meters, but I can take it away from you.
Athletes are expected to be a good sport, teach and model class, and be gracious in victory and accept defeat with dignity. Encourage student athletes to give fallen opponents a hand, compliment extraordinary performance, and show sincere respect in pre- and post-game rituals.
Yeah.
So that is the big one right there. Show sincere respect. That's a very loose word. The definition of respect for you and the definition of respect for me could be completely different in most things, but be completely the same in other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna let give me 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let Sadie out. She's pacing. Probably gonna
don't let her
office.
Let her outside. So there you go. There's this story. The runner's name was Clara Adams, and she is a fast girl. You're going to get blown away by the train track since JJ.
She totally wants to go over and
there you go
in the neighbor's yard. I can tell it on her face.
I got a train going by again. Choo choo. All right. I saw another one here, JJ. You're a car. You like cars. You work on cars. When something's wrong with your car, you like to, things about cars, right? That's right, Deacon. I really love.
No, it's a great band. Great band.
I consider myself a gearhead.
Great band.
I saw this on a guy on. I don't even know what the podcast was. 2 idiot guys about our age talking into microphones. Something stupid.
Okay. What about cars?
Damn, hang on. I got the phone ringing. Hang on.
Yeah, I got dogs ringing. Who Who are you barking at? Sadie. Be a nice neighbor. Yeah, that's right. Oh, let's see. My dog is not going to stop barking. Hey, Sadie, come here. Come here. Sit down. Sit. Good girl. Stop being an asshole. Okay.
All right. So I saw this on a guy podcast. They were talking about it, making fun of it. So I had to like look up the actual article and find out what's. So Volvo had Volvo recently had designed a concept car, and the leaders of the team were 9 women. And this concept car, has features that are a little strange.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? I want please.
So the first strange feature was that they talked about most women, the only time they open the hood of the car is to put in windshield wiper fluid. So this car, not only
is that unfair? I don't think that's unfair to say. I think that's fair to say.
Okay, this car has a gas tank on the outside and a windshield wiper fluid.
Okay.
On the outside, and they both are made with this race car stuff to make it go in and be whatever and safe and whatnot. The headrests are designed for ponytails, which as a ball to women that to my daughters and Ashley, that would be. She hates headrests. She takes them off. I've got the headrests for all of our cars are in our trunk.
There's not a better way to get your neck broken in a car accident than to take the headrest off.
Well, we're trying. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
So that's okay. That's not so weird, right?
I mean, all right, sure.
Right. One of the other things is that the hood doesn't open.
What do you mean the hood doesn't open?
Well, the hood, on the car,
the engine in the back or something?
It doesn't open. Let's just see if YouTube will bring this up here for us.
Sadie, shut the up.
She is trying to tell you there's a burglar outside.
I know.
Let me see if I can get this to open up in a different place.
I mean, I did her a solid. I opened the garage door so that she can see outside, and then she's just going to yell at me for it.
This is your concept car, the YCC.
It's only 2 minutes long.
A concept car that was presented in 2004 in Geneva.
YCC, which stands for Your Concept Car, is the first car in the world designed and developed by women. The goal was to produce a sturdy but beautiful sports coupe, which at the same time solved a host of everyday problems.
We wanted to see what will be the output if women designed a car. What would it be? And when we had taken that decision that only women take all the decision in the car, we also came to the conclusion that we want a car with a wow factor. A car that you want to have, and then when you go inside, a car that you need, that you can't live without.
This is something that's never been done before. This is the first time ever a concept car has been developed only by women.
Yep.
And when you do something that's a world first, you get a lot of attention.
During the year, this car has gathered...
When was this recorded?
I think this is fairly new.
That is the quality of video here. Is this seriously? Whatever
May
country, the Volvo country, you guys need some need a GoPro or something. Get a newer camera. This is like, it looks like it was recorded in 1993. Go back to her interview.
Switzerland. Yeah. This is the newest equipment we have.
That looks like
a lot of attention.
Video from 93.
And when you do something that's a world first, you get a lot of attention.
During the year, this car has gathered many prizes and honours. This car has a multitude of smart and down-to-earth finesses. Windscreen washer fluid, for example, is filled from the outside. No need to open the car bonnet. It is easy to get in and out of the car, which also has many intelligent storage solutions that just don't exist in normal cars. Over the last year, the YCC has toured some 20 of the cities of the world. But despite huge numbers of positive newspaper articles, TV reports, and fine prizes,
See, it looks like
this car will never be
that
mass-produced.
To get under the bonnet, and it looks like right there you
Hold on.
can see
He
the
just-
lines of the hood. I
He
mean,
just
you
said
can see the lines.
everybody loves the car around the world, wherever it goes. People love the car. It's never going to be sold.
It's never going to be sold. It's a concept.
All right.
No
And
one's
the-
going
so
to
the-
do that.
the hood
Some
doesn't
of the
open.
things may be incorporated, the storage spaces and some of the things. But honestly, if you were going to design a car for women, the first couple of things that I would say would be that all around the sides of the car needs to be replaceable styrofoam. Okay,
Hmm.
the bumpers.
Can it be all
everything.
made of airbags?
All made,
Is there?
and the tires need to
Yeah.
be reinforced
Yeah.
Kevlar rubber.
Yeah.
Tires.
The hubcaps need to be resistant to curbs.
Yes.
Entirely resistant.
I mean,
Yeah.
you should be able to hit the hubcaps with a sledgehammer, and
Right.
it looks like
You're
it
gonna need.
just
So you're gonna need tungsten wheels.
adamantium wheels.
I don't believe them. I know
I'm
they're saying that
sorry. We're
women
being misogynistic ass.
We are. I am. They're saying that women only. I don't believe them. It was women only management. And I guarantee you, all of the engineers working for those women, all the ones that were like, well, we have to have this much steel to reinforce this much and these components and equip these things. Every one of those guys was a guy. You know it was.
You know those guys were like, if it was me and you
want to
you
put
would
the
look at me-
windshield
you would
washer
look at me
fluid
like
by the
this.
gas cap?
You'd be like, are they serious? I'd be like, dude, just do it. Just do it.
Oh, whatever.
Just do it.
No, nobody's gonna buy it. It's fine.
This is not mass produced.
It's gonna have their names on it. It'll never have our name on it. We're good.
I thought I had one more.
They said
Let me see what
unique storage that no one has ever thought of before. A center console drawer. You can fold the seat up and throw some shit in the back. Yeah, no one's ever thought of that. You guys are okay.
No one's ever thought about
Whatever.
folding down the back seat.
Gold wing doors. Gold wing doors. Women love that. Have you ever seen a woman use a car with a gold wing door?
The only gold wing doors I've ever seen are Marty McFly or Doc Brown.
I was gonna say, did Marty McFly's girl ever get in the DeLorean? I don't think so. It was Marty in the DeLorean.
No,
Doc.
she got in at the end of the movie, and they went to the future. And because that was a big, crazy.
She didn't go to the future. Him and Doc went to the future.
No, he, Doc, and her went to the future, and because that was they didn't want to. They dismissed a storyline with her in the future, so they just knocked her out at the very beginning. And she stayed knocked out through the whole thing. You just forgot about her.
How'd they get 3 people in a DeLorean? How'd that happen?
She sat back there. I think she sat on Marty's lap. You remember at the very end of Back to the Future, he's like, "We're going where no roads, blah blah blah," and she's sitting on his lap.
Yeah,
They
let me show
knocked
you
her.
my flux capacitor.
I've seen some people talk about this, and they were like, there was supposed to be a big story with her. And they were talking about what was going on with her that was supposed to be, but they cut all that and just knocked her out at the beginning of the movie, and they left her in the alleyway or something.
I remember them leaving her on the porch. All right, I'm gonna have to close the garage door because my dog's a jerk.
It's all right.
You're a jerk, Sadie.
I don't have anything.
He's like, the neighbor's taking out the trash. The neighbor's taking out the trash. The neighbor's taking out the trash. I don't know if you know this. Warning. For real, did they take her to the future? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
It's
Did
been a long time since I read
Marty's girlfriend go to the future in Back to the Future 2? Yes, in Back to the Future 2, Marty's girlfriend Jennifer Parker travels to the future with Marty and Doc Brown. She wakes up in 2015 to find that to find the McFly family had life dramatically altered, including a different Jennifer. Oh yeah, that's right. She's totally in that movie. I just completely forgot Back to the Future 2.
That's right. I'm closing the door on you, Sadie. You being a jerk. You don't get to bark at everybody. I got her. I got her closed in now. Did it not occur to Doc Brown that more than one passenger might want to travel in time?
I don't think that's what he was thinking of.
Was it impossible in 1985 for any other car to go faster than 88 miles an hour?
There's a whole conspiracy theory behind why it's that number too. I don't remember it, so don't ask me. I just remember there's a theory. I don't remember what the theory is.
How is it possible that a scientist can mispronounce gigawatts into gigawatts?
Some people call them GIFs.
I just used the unit of peanut butter measurement.
And that's that's a Mandela, the Jiffy. Do you remember Jiffy?
Yeah, isn't that peanut butter? It's got the vertical stripes like it's got
Jif,
3 or 4 vertical
it's
stripes
Jif
behind
now.
it.
And Jif says we were never Jiffy. And there's all of these thousands of people that are like, I remember Jiffy.
Here's the thing. We could never afford Jif. So we got the discount peanut butter at our house. So if I ever saw Jif or Jiffy, it was on the store shelves because we didn't buy name brand. I just had a drone fly over your house. I think your neighbors are taking out the Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate the notice.
That is the best joke all week. That one wins.
Let me post this on Facebook. Hey, I just want to put this on Facebook. My neighbors are taking out the trash. Just want to let everybody know.
Sadie wants to let everybody know.
Sadie.
All right. How's she doing?
Sadie?
Is she
Oh, yeah. Acclimating. Oh, she's acclimating real good.
It's the word that I can't say.
I don't know if I showed you her when we got her, but she was like super thin. Like gaunt.
Yeah.
Like Christian Bale in The Machinist. That was my dog.
she right before you got her, she had auditioned for The Machinist.
Yeah. Well,
that's pretty big.
She is packing on weight, and now she's like, "Hey, you guys asleep? Jump on the bed, land on your nuts." Whoa, hey, easy, big guy. No, she's here. Let me put her on camera. She's pacing. She's very worried about whether or not the neighbor's trash is going to get taken out.
Damn it, I am too, honestly. Now, look at the pretty girl.
You better sit down. I told you to sit.
Oh, see, she's a smart girl. They're both they want treats now. They're like, sit and we'll get a treat.
I'm not giving you treats for yelling at my neighbors.
He said the treat word.
What happens whenever the HOA calls and I get told on because my dear Mr. Wright, your dogs are jerks. Do I have a what?
An HOA?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten in trouble with them?
Yeah.
For what?
Leaving the trash cans out too long whenever the trash people don't pick up the trash, but your trash cans are out. Can't have that. There's some mold growing on the side of your building, like mold. Oh, there's a little slight green tint on the north side of the building where the sun doesn't ever kill it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. You better get out there and power wash it. Your grass is too long. Dude, it rained for 5 days straight and we had no power. So yeah, I didn't mow the lawn when it was soaking wet. Well, you need to fix that. Yeah, HOA is awesome. But they have done this for me. After 5 years of living here, they put a sign up in our entrance of our neighborhood that says the name of the neighborhood. That was because the prior sign, 5 years before that, the prior sign had been run into by a driver exiting the highway and just plowing straight through it. And but it took only 5 years to get that built. And then also Yeah, I think that's it. Actually, that's the only thing.
Where
they've ever done.
does your homeowner's fees go?
Okay, I don't know. I know they go to the homeowner association, and then the homeowner association, which is like a board of elected people or whatever, pay a management company, and the management company, the management company pays to have mosquito guy drive through and spray mosquito stuff. Okay, a couple of times a year, especially in mosquito season, and they
do that in our county.
And they have HOA employees that go around and snoop on your house and make sure that your lawn is cut.
So this sounds like a scam to me. Don't that sound like a scam?
Well, you know what? Hold on. Maybe it's not all bad because what the HOA, you know what the HOA really does is it protects your property value. Because if there's no HOA and some clown moves across the street and decides to set up shop as a meth lab and blows the roof off and lets the lawn grow, you're like,
it's for.
Yeah, it's to keep your property value from going in the toilet. There was a house over next cul-de-sac over, again, for like 4 years, that it was on the corner of the cul-de-sac. I don't know what had happened, but I knew I could see it from my back of my house that there was a like 3-foot hole in the roof, and it was never fixed. And apparently it just rained in there constantly. Whoever lived there just left it. The house was completely like run down, and eventually somebody else bought it and then like had to renovate the whole thing. But that kind of stuff makes it harder to sell your house if you're going to sell your house. And in my case, I don't want to sell my house, and I also don't want the county to appraise my house as more than it's worth, which they like to do. And by the way, still on the subject, if you own a home,
hey, I've got to go. I forgot it's Wednesday.
Tune in tomorrow for some tips on how to keep your taxes from going up.
All right,
you want to do a joke? Let's do a joke.
I can't. I gotta go.
I will do a joke. Here we go. Here's a joke. Hey, Dad, did you get a haircut? No. I got them all cut. Oh! That's right. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Essay or a comment, he said no. Watch now, the Internet Dad Show. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.